Hey guys, welcome back. Mike, how's it doing, garage? So today we have a kind of a normal and different project all at the same time. We're gonna put a RetroSound radio in an 85 C10. But I know you're thinking, you're like, whoop-de-doo, we've got an issue. Somebody else has put a radio in this truck before I got here. So if you know about old trucks, you know that if somebody else has put a radio in it before you, chances are this is what's going on. So I'm trying to get my light in here real quick so we can put a little light on the subject. Oh god, oh no, oh shit. Alright, so yeah, this dome light in an old square body is pretty great too. Yeah, so this is what we're dealing with. So I'm not one to gripe, but if you got an old truck and you want to put a radio in it, I understand that you're not going to do the old knobby doodad or whatever. You want to put a Dublin in it, whatever. I get it. I was young once. But if you're gonna do it, at least attempt to do it the correct way, so that way the next guy can fix it. Because this is just atrocious. Like, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Like, you know, like look at these little. I mean, if you were the guy putting this radio in here, I'm surprised there's not flesh hanging off this. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, I get it. People don't like to pay money for good work. I understand. But don't hack up a truck just because you don't want to pay for good work. There's no excuse for that, you know. If you couldn't, I don't even know. The guy used a can opener to cut this out and didn't even bother deburring it. So, luckily, my 70-year-old customer didn't go sticking his hands around in there trying to get his own radio in there. He knew enough that he brought it here. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, obviously the gauge bezel was all whacked all to heck. So we have a new gauge bezel from Auto Metal Direct. I'm going to clean that up and make a template and cut a piece of metal and poke the holes in it for the radio and weld it in. I'm not gonna like fully weld it in or anything like that because it doesn't really need to be like fully welded in. Plus, I want to try and get it in there in a way that we don't have to paint the whole dash. I want to try and keep my witness marks and stuff behind the gauge bezel, so that way it's not, you know, you don't see it, so that way we don't have to worry about painting the dash. So I'm going to get all my stuff set up and get some blankets and everything out, and I'm probably going to take the gauges out and the AC controls and stuff like that, just remove them so that way I don't damage them or anything like that. And yeah, so I'll be back in a minute and we'll get some stuff around, and yeah, there's fuzzies on the mic, but I'll be back. Hey guys, so we got the gauges and the AC controls moved out. Gotta turn my light back on. And I've kind of cleaned the hole up a little bit. Turn this around. Kind of cleaned the hole up a little bit here. Kind of flatten this back out. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I don't really want to get in here and weld on this bottom of the dash. The plastic bezel covers this down to this little lip right here. Straight again. So I don't really want to weld on here because you're going to screw this paint up, and my customer doesn't really want to paint the dash. So what I think I'm going to do is just make a panel that goes from here to here, and I've got enough room here where I can weld it on, like right in here, and then right in over here. And then up in here, I could tack it on there. And
because it's just holding a RetroSound radio, and they're super light anyway, so I don't have to worry so much about it like an old school radio that weighs 40 pounds that's trying to flex the dash all to hell. So yeah, so I'm gonna probably get the gauge bezel, make a template of the piece of metal that I need, and cut that out, and then get it set in here and trace some more stuff. It's like 700. I think every video that I do, I explain to everybody how hot it is, but today it's supposed to be like a heat index of like 112. So you can probably hear the fan going in the background, so it's a little noisy today. So I'm running a little slow because it's hot and I'm not enjoying myself. So I'm gonna get the GoPro set up, do some time lapse, make a piece, and see what we can come up with. Yeehaw. It's still hot. So, made this little kick-ass template. So I made this little template. It's the hole in the dash. And then I transferred it to some metal. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack weld this in probably here and here, and then put the bezel on. This is not the right bezel. This is the bezel someone whacked a hole in. I have a brand new bezel. Put the brand new bezel on, trace around on the holes where the radio should go, and then cut it out with probably drill a hole in it and then cut it out with an air saw. And then I found some spray paint that in my little cabinet of wonders over here that matches the dash pretty good. It is satin colonial red from my friends over at Dirt Oleum. So spray that on there. It matches well enough to hide like this piece of metal. I'm hoping like by the time it's, you know, if you picture this behind the factory bezel, like if there you do see any of this, it'll at least match-ish, so you don't have to be like, what's the stuff behind the dash? So it's gonna be kind of a pain because I'm gonna have to mask off everything in the inside that cab because I don't want a bunch of spray paint overspray going everywhere. And then I got to do a wee bit of welding. So this truck that we're working on's got 80,000 original miles on it. It's a pretty minty, fresh grandpa truck. So really don't want to burn it to the ground, and that would probably be the end of me. So yeah, I'm gonna get my welder and stuff drug over here, and yeah, yo. So I've got the piece welded in and spray painted to match. It came out pretty solid. The Dirt Oleum paint matched pretty good. Like I said, I didn't want to do it too crazy, like welding it all up and doing all this other stuff, because I didn't want to screw up a bunch of paint. And also I didn't want to do a ton of welding because I don't want to burn up a bunch of his interiors. I had blankets and everything down, all that stuff, but you know. Anyway, so here's the radio. I've got it kind of like mocked together. So it's kind of weird. It feels like the more money you spend on one of these radios, the more crap you have to bolt together on it. Like this radio came in a whole bunch of pieces and I had to assemble the whole radio. So it's like you're paying good money for a radio, but
you know, you have to put it together. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, like these RetroSound radios, they're hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. So like, it's just kind of weird. You have to put the thing together for as much money as you pay for them. But I digress. So anyway, on these radios, you kind of got to set your depth of your switches and all that. These are just mocked up right now, so I'm gonna have to install this, reinstall it, install it, reinstall it, basically just get these correct, so that way when you put the bezel on and everything, which is our new bezel, little auto metal direct piece. So if you got a square body and you need a new bezel, auto metal direct, hook you up. Great quality stuff too. A little plug. So you set these, you know, you put this in, set it in, you know, install it, whatever. These little pieces go on here, so that way when you screw this part down, it tightens around this whole thing, instead of just kind of tightening around the nut. So like this whole flat area. So you put that on, and then this little doodad goes on, and then nut and washer. Yeah, you get the idea. So anyway, I'm going to fit this little unit and get it fit up in there and everything, and then wire it up. We also have a USB plug. I'm hoping I could just pull the cigarette lighter out and maybe this fits in there, because the cigarette lighter in here is full of rust anyway, so it does not work. So if I could just fit this USB in the cigarette lighter, it plugs right into the back of the radio. So I wonder how many times I called it a radiator. So yeah, this plugs right into the back of the radio. So, you know, yeah, whatever. And then wiring harness for the radio, pretty self-explanatory. It's got these pigtails. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put it back on time lapse, and hopefully I've picked out some decent music for y'all to listen to while I do this. Progression. So we have the radio installed. Like, you can kind of see through the I'm pointing with the GoPro. You can see through the bezel, like behind that piece of metal I put in. You can see how it's red. So if we didn't paint that, that would be like, you know, metally. So yeah, I think this is going to look pretty good. There's a chrome surround that goes around the head unit, so it's going to fill in that gap some more. And then obviously we're going to put chrome knobs on there. The thing comes with knobs. So I've kind of got this lined up where the screw holes in the bezel are. So this is pretty much where the bezel is going to stay. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. For, you know, what we started with, it looks pretty solid. I'm gonna wire the radio up now. I gotta vacuum out all this stuff and you know, clean it up. I took the blankets out and kind of spilled a little debris down in here, so I'm gonna clean this all up, put the AC controls and stuff back in where they go. And we're actually gonna do Dakota Digitals in this truck, so I've got some more work to do to it. But yeah, so the wiring aspect of the radio is pretty self-explanatory. So, you know, anybody can wire up a radio. It's pretty simple. But I'm gonna get the Dakota Digitals installed and everything, and then get the radio actually wired up, and then come back with it fully done, and then show you what it looks like, because I don't want to install all the knobs and everything and then have to pull it all back apart and do the Dakota Digitals, and then, you know. So anyway, probably be Probably be later on tomorrow and get back at it. But anyway, see you soon.
Alright, so we got the bezel in, and we got the radios all wired up. Can't really play too much, you know, YouTube stuff, but yeah, everything went pretty good. The radio looks really good in there. You know, so that went pretty good. It is foggy. It just rained, so everything's really steamy. But yeah, the radio install went pretty premium. So wired it all up. Just wired it up to, I guess, and it has factory speakers in the dash. I didn't tear the dash apart to check it out, but and then we put a USB thing in the cigarette lighter. So yeah, I don't know why it's got a 3.5 jack on it, but it's got a 3.5 jack and a USB thing. So Mr. Homie will be able to charge his phone. This cover is dumb. Anyway, let's screw with it. It's got this stupid little thing on it. You got to get it right back in this hole. So what we'll do is just fold it in half like this and just plug it in there. What does that look like? Anyway, whatever. But that's done. So I'm not sure. I guess that's it. And it's Bluetooth radio. So yeah, RetroSound Bluetooth radio. 85 square body truck. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.